kind of wondering how much is actually helpful. I mean, yeah, I think we'll try. Way too early for me, still at school. I mean, this is pretty much the normal time that we start. I like the 10 health since I can take a few hits. Yeah, that is decent. Sure, I think we'll try this in a normal game. Maybe we'll go up against, like, Swain. Alright, everyone should be back from the first ad break. Yeah, today we're pretty much just going to be, again, trying to test a bunch of random builds on Tryndamere and Elder Dragon, and we're going to be doing some in the event, because the event is still fun to play, but then we're also going to be doing some in just normal matches to try to see how things feel. So we're going to try to go for Echoing. This is one that I think is a little bit mixed. It can be very good in the event, because you have enough mana that you can play your spell immediately and just start to immediately try to draw him out. I think you can run into an issue where you just end up potentially breaking your hand if it's nothing but Tryndamere and you don't have anything you can play. So it's going to be interesting with the Starforged and the fact we have him at over the 5 stars. We'll have enough mana that after round 1, we can pretty much always play his spell. So hopefully, since we just have so many Tryndameres, we can just flood the board with them. Warlord's Helmet helping us give that extra 10 Nexus health, and then also helping us get a bit of scaling. If we didn't have him at 6 stars, I don't really think this would be worth it. Since we have him at 6 stars and we can attack every round, this might pay off. But yeah, we're going to see. Have you thought of Chosen by the Stars and Tryndamere? I don't really know how much, because it could be okay. The issue is with Tryndamere, you're probably getting him normally on the board so late. Potentially with this, it could help. Like, you trigger the Augment, you normally won't trigger the Faded. Challenger and Regen can be nice. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and grab this, and let's try to go up against Swain and see how we can do. We have a lot of Nexus health, and we do have a good amount of regen, but who knows if that's actually going to be enough. Let's go for power here. Deep Cuts, Afterlife Forbidden. This actually is probably going to be really good. Yeah, let's go for this. That's actually going to be incredible. Because with that Predict, we can guarantee what unit we're going to pull out. Let's go for Reckless. That'll just make our call to arms way more consistent. So that actually will be very good. Alright, I think actually I'm going to quickly go over. I haven't taken a lot of notes yet. I'll probably do that a lot more on the weekend as far as stuff for Tryndamere. But that's one I want to be sure I don't forget, so I'm just going to quickly type that down. All right, let's see. Let's give it to Tryndamere because we don't want to ever play him. We just want to summon him. We'll get rid of one of the Snow Dogs. We don't want to hold on to 2. Although, actually, we don't have that power anymore. Never mind, that doesn't actually matter. Alrighty, so we don't have enough to play this yet. So also the Predict kind of doesn't matter. I guess we can just see what's going to be on top. We don't really want Tryndamere on top for this. Let's go for a Caught in the Cold. Alright, that is fine. Alright, so we won't be able to kill anyone. We'll block here. I mean, we could... Yeah, we'll go ahead and try to let this one survive. And yeah, we'll try to just reduce down the damage we're taking. Won't be able to play this round, but we don't want it to be too bad for us. Sure. All right, so let's play this. We see our Tryndamere. We'll attack like this first because we're going to get a rally anyway, so let's not waste the attack token. Sure, we can throw Tryndamere in there, pull out another Tryndamere. Dropping the Hearthguard will be a lot of stats.
Do not stand in my way. That's the best, pal.
All right, so not quite ending, but that is a good amount of damage. That's fine. All right, let's see here. We could reroll and try to get Tryndamere, but I think I like the Overwhelm unit, so I think we might just grab the Mighty Poro, go for our Call to Arms.
Join me in battle.
And there's GG. What are we testing right now? We're testing Tryndamere with Echoing Spirit in a normal adventure. That's the main thing. Because Echoing, I think it's really good in the event, but it's one that I've been kind of mixed on for the normal adventures. We don't have a lot of extra mana. Here we'll go for Reaper, just because that free attack that gives us more scaling with our 2-star, so that'll be good. If we get Scout, it could essentially also give us a rally, which could be really good. Shyvana looks solid. Yeah, it's not too bad. Kale could be okay. Also, that is a lot of cost reduction. And a free attack. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and go here. Slotbot, Spells Chest, or a healer. Cutting cards isn't terrible. Getting extra rerolls isn't bad. I think let's go ahead and try to cut a card. So let's go for Marauder. Hello, Happy. With extra health from Volley Gemstones, he reaches 60 plus health. Nice. Let's get rid of both copies of Tryndamere. The others are fine. Let's drop this one first. Let's see what we want to put on top. So whatever we put on top is going to get buffed up, but also we're going to draw it. We're not going to be able to use our Call to Arms on it. Let's attack like this. We're now going to play this one and see if we can get the Scout, because that'll give us a rally. All right, we cannot. I'll go for the Pot of Pain. All right, so potentially we could have gotten a third attack there if we got our rally in. It is sad that this is just focus speed. All right, so whatever we're going to play, we are going to pull out here. This would be a very big unit. Doesn't have Overwhelm, though. I think we'll still go for it. All right, so we can get rid of one of those. All right, let's go for a Predict. All right, we can see Tryndamere. We will attack like this. And then we will rally and attack again.
None stronger, none more feared. Join me in battle. First me, then the world.
All right, and then able to end. GG. Nice. Hey, Little Miss Skittles. Is Tryndamere 6 stars worth it? You do get a massive power spike for 6-star Tryndamere, so I think if you want to play him, it's probably worth it. There's some other champions like Yasuo, somewhat Samira, Morgana, where Echo, I think, is another one where the 6-star doesn't really matter as much. But for Tryndamere, yeah, it's one of the ones where you're probably going to want to get this. I think we'll probably go here. We don't want to get too many units in our deck. And having some extra draw can be okay. Thank you. Happy to help. Yeah, we'll try to go for the Crimson Aristocrat. Let's go for a healer. Honestly, I think I'm just going to always want to cut the boar. The fact that it can't block is pretty annoying, and the fact it doesn't have overwhelm is also pretty bad. Like, it is our one challenger unit, but normally the ramp, by the time you're getting him, it doesn't help as much. And yeah, I kind of just been not been liking this card. Let's go for Crimson Aristocrat. Is Ashe still the best Freljord champion? I mean, I would argue she never was the best Freljord champion. So I've always preferred Volibear over her. Sure, this is fine. Any must-grab nodes on Tryndamere's constellation that aren't powers? The regen, getting the regen and any extra Nexus health can be pretty good. The cost reduction one is nice, but I don't think it's as much of a must pick up as it is for... It's not like Pyromantic Wake for Swain. I'm trying to think of what other bonus nodes he has. I mean, he has where his one unit has Shadow Totem, but that's locked behind like the 5 or 6 star, so you can't really even pick that one up easily. And then the other ones, your support champions having extra stats, so not really, sadly. Like, I think for Elder Dragon, he gets way better bonus nodes than Tryndamere does. Like, the ones for Tryndamere are fine. Yeah. Voli is really fun, to be honest. Yeah, I just always have way more fun with Volibear. And I normally don't encounter situations where I feel like, oh, if I had just played Ashe, I would have won over Volibear. All right, let's see. Who do we want to go for? This one does have Overwhelm. They are going to have double stats. Sure. This somewhat doesn't matter. Sure, grab here to help.
Come here, darling. By all means, get in my
Alright, so that one will die at the round start, which will be nice. Man, they really love their open attacks, which kind of sucks for us. We could go for here to help to make him survive. Sure. Let's do a predict, see what we can get. Sure, I guess we'll grab Kale. We can throw Tryndamere back in there.
justice will be done.
Oh, yeah, so she'll level, which is nice. Oh, no, actually, she lost a lot of that power. Right to the round start effect. Yeah, we'll still just predict. All right, we see Tryndamere. We will attack, get some damage down, use our call to arms, and attack again.
Join me in battle.
All right, GG. Yeah, if we weren't at 6 stars, we would probably be kind of screwed. Elder Dragon Sustain is insane. It can be. It's somewhat hit or miss. There's some games where you're just having a crazy amount and you're just constantly fully healing, but then there's sometimes others where you're just never getting it and you're just slowly dying. Is the Eddie revive fixed? I'm not sure. They did fix the Nasus bug last patch pretty fast, so maybe they can fix it pretty soon. I think we will actually get the Tactician when I'm summoned Rally. That's pretty good. And then the Reputation effect kind of doesn't matter since we're not going to try to play him at all. Let's go for the shop. I think I'm fine with that. And sure, a little bit more sustain, that can be okay. We are going to play spells at least like one every round. Yeah, let's just go ahead and cut a card. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. We've not seen this card a single time yet. Same with the Winged Messenger. We've only seen the Reaper once. I think let's actually get rid of the Poro. It's fine, but normally we have better things to pull out. Yeah, that's okay. Let's go for Jin.
In carnage I bloom like a flower in the
To be honest, Ash's 6-star is stronger than Voli since you can go with 3 relics that hits Nexus, but fun-wise, Voli is the best. I mean, the Ash one is super inconsistent, though. So, yes, when everything goes well, you can drop Ash pretty early and just obliterate the Nexus, but you don't draw Ash, you're screwed. Even if you have Ash in hand, sometimes she just doesn't get hit with the powers, and so it can be very inconsistent. And so I don't really prefer 6-star Ash over 6-star Volibear, actually. Let's get rid of both of these. Let's go for the Winged Messenger. That'll be nice. Get that little free attack in.
Is it not?
I think we're actually going to drop an Elixir of Iron here because it's going to buff up our top deck, which is Mahira. So that'll be pretty good.
Bliss comes
Also, every time we're playing a spell, we're slightly healing, which is solid. Alright, let's grab our Tryndamere. We'll shuffle this one back in. We'll play Mahira another time. I will keep this one back as a blocker since it doesn't have its elusive anymore. Alright, we can kill that. Let's block this one here. Actually, we'll kill that unit. It's fine.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, let's drop this here. Ah, that sucks. That is not nice. Alright, so we won't be able to attack. Let's go for our call to arms. So yeah, burning our attack token, but not really anything we can do about that. And then gain a nice amount of healing. Alright, another Tryndamere, perfect. Pull it out with a call to arms.
Join me in battle.
And GG. Nice. When I play Ash, I cut most units. Yeah, when you are playing Ash with that playstyle, you want to cut as many units as you can, and then even when you are playing her, you want to try to get any other units out of hand to just increase your odds of her getting hit with the 6-star. Normally, though, or at least when I do it, there's often bad luck where I'll constantly just be drawing more units, and I just can't get enough of them out of hand. There's very rarely when I've been able to just play Ash as soon as she comes off curve, as soon as like I'm able to play her and she has enough. So normally I'm sitting there stalling for a while. And yeah, it's a trolly kind of funny play style, but I'd rather just drop Volibear and just get massive strikes off. Power of Ancient Coin. I mean, we don't really plan on, especially playing Tryndamere as Tryndamere. We're always just going to try to summon him. I think we'll maybe go for Power Riff on Kale. Dropping her for like a 3 cost could be okay. How's 6-star Tryndamere so far? Very torn between this and Voli. Full fragments for Voli, none for Tryndamere. He is way stronger. Not than Voli, just over himself with the 5-star. So 6-star Tryndamere is much improved. I think him or Voli... I think Voli is stronger just because he has more ways to control the enemy. He has way more removal. But I think Tryndamere is still going to be solid. So, like, if you preferred Tryndamere's playstyle, it's like, okay, go for it. But I think having all the extra removal from Volibear is pretty good. Let's go for power. Powder Monkey. This is a summon effect, so this would get doubled every round, which isn't terrible. So this could hit our spell, but honestly, I think just having a blocker every round is fine. Because like our bigger units, such as our Tryndamere, we're often not trying to play him, we're trying to summon him with our spell. Yeah, all three of these are good. I think I'll go for the Powder Monkey, especially since we have him at 6 stars, so these will just always be doubled stats. Give us another unit to attack with. Yeah, let's go here, and we'll try to go for the hard route for the Reckoner. It is kind of sad to say, though, I do think Tryndamere, especially for the high-end adventures, he is a champion that feels like he actually needs his 6-star, whereas a lot of other champions, it feels like more of a nice bonus. For Tryndamere, it seems kind of like the final puzzle piece to actually make everything fit together, which isn't necessarily the best. Let's get rid of these 3. Alright, so we could drop her. She's probably going to get immediately stunned. Sure, let's go for Mahira. Let's... Yeah, we can try to drop Kale. Alright, let's go ahead and attack like this. And we'll see if we can get lucky and get a rally here. We can. So we get our attack token again. So 3 attacks, turn 1, decent Nexus damage, and now we have like 6/6 for all of our units in our deck. Alright, let's go ahead and predict. This is actually something I didn't think about for the Incisive Tactician. His rally actually doesn't matter, because every time we're playing the card, we get a rally anyways. So I was thinking him and Crown Guard, it's like, oh, they're going to be so good, because when we pull them out, we get a rally. It's like, we're already rallying. So I think this is actually a card that you don't need if you have him at 6 stars, because it doesn't matter. Sure, let's go for the Hearth Guard. Let's throw Tryndamere back in. And let's go ahead and attack. Wow, they're not actually... they've barely stunned us. That's interesting.
You are unworthy.
Sure, let's go ahead and attack like this.
Where's my axe? Holy fire, burn away the darkness.
All right, let's try to get our... Well, I was gonna say try to get our scout attack, but I think let's actually just attack right away and potentially try to end. Against Reckoner, he's one that you often get punished for trying to develop. So let's just go for it, and yeah, GG. Sad thing about picking one is saying goodbye to the other for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I would say try to just go whoever you think is more fun. Like for me, I really like Volibear, so I'm always going to be slightly biased towards him because I just have so much fun playing him. But I don't think 6-star Tryndamere is bad. I'm 6-starring Tryndamere out of obligation because of an abundance of Freljord Nova. But I agree his 5-star is very underwhelming so far. Yeah, it's sad, to be honest. Like, I kind of hate when a champion feels like they need their 6-star. I want them to feel really solid and complete before then. Tryndamere, though, especially in these high-end adventures, is a bit rough without it. Let's go for the Hearthguard. Getting more of these in our deck can be solid. By the way, I finished the 10 regions on Eldragon, but I see a new any region that only gives XP. Yeah, it's because I have the same thing for me, except it's a Bilgewater for me. When he first came out, some of his rewards were bugged, and so they fixed that. But I think the issue with that is now once you get the 10 rewards, it still says that there's a region you can do when there's not. But yeah, I had the same thing happen. Let's go for power. First time you spend mana on a spell, spawn equal to its cost. I think we will do this. For one, that will count as a summon effect, so it'll be twice as big the first time we do it. But then also just making sure we have enough units right now is pretty important. Early Bird is probably just going to summon this out, which we really want that play effect, so that would actually be bad. Yeah, let's go for Sea's Fury. Hey, look, Omen Hawk. I'm a little salty this isn't in the deck. I don't think we necessarily want to pick it up here. 2 armed gearheads, 2 blockers. I feel like that might be a little much. Let's see. There is another shop up here. The maker is very annoying. Let's try to see if we can get something else that's a little bit better. We already have treacherous terrain from our 4-star, so sure, go for early bird, even though it's not really going to be the best. Let's try to go for the maker. The thing is, they're probably going to get recalled by the maker. There are free attack units, then we can attack again with them. So I guess there's that. Let's get rid of the tactician and Tryndamere and hold on to the rest. Goodness, 6-2. We'll go for this one for now.
Stands take you.
Sure, let's go ahead and attack before they play something and recall them.
What would you wish to learn?
Let's drop this for another attack. And it got recalled, so now we can play them again. Alright, Tryndamere, nice. Let's drop our call to arms, shuffle in another Tryndamere.
Join me in battle.
We could go for a Caught in the Cold. Do we want to Frostbite another target? Sure. We can actually put that one there. Alright, that poor is probably just going to get recalled. Oh, the other one. I'm actually fine with the Tentacle getting recalled, because then when we trigger our effect again... Oh, I guess we actually need to... Each round, the first time you spend mana on a spell. Okay, good. So this one, yeah, it shouldn't be messing with it.
Follow my blade.
We'll attack first, and then rally after.
I see you there.
Tales of our past are seeds for our future.
Alright, Kale, that's not too bad. Sure, we can shuffle that one back in.
Join me in battle.
And GG. I love Trynd so much, so aggressive, and not afraid to die. It is fun with Tryndamere, yeah. Being able to freely attack with him, block with him, it is pretty good. Sure, I can grab this. Yeah, it's okay. Hush is always solid. Divine Clerk wouldn't be bad. So with 2 Vanguard Lookouts, they really want us to have a lot of units in our opening hand. I mean, extra blockers isn't bad, so fine. It is probably going to be a little bit too much. I think we will get Hush. It's just can be pretty crazy good. Divine Clerk could be okay, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, that's not too bad. Sure, we can get a couple of these. We'll get rid of the Tactician, because, yeah, it's not needed since we have the 6-star. We're already rallying, and we never plan on playing this. We were just going to summon it to get the rally, but yeah, it's not needed. Let's go for Swain. Yeah, Crown Guard and that Tactician are both going to be very good before you get the 6 stars, and then after, they're pretty much worthless, which is a little sad. We'll get rid of Tryndamere. Hold on to the rest. Let this one get cost reduced down a little bit. Sure, let's go for the Predict. Yeah, that'll be nice. Again, we don't really want to develop because we'll probably get punished. So let's just melee attack. I guess we'll keep these two back since we could use the blockers. That's dealing 4 damage. Sure, let's...
Merely pawns in a greater game.
We'll just bank the mana.
Empire above all.
Alright, I was kind of hoping we would get something else that's a little bit better. Pretty much a Tryndamere.
I'm watching you.
Again, I think I'll just attack with her and we can keep the other ones as blockers.
After the battle, the radiance ceased.
Alright, so he's pretty much, yeah, gonna do a ton of damage anyways. Sure, we'll let someone try to get him a little bit lower.
Sound the alarm.
We'll block that there, not that it'll be that big of a deal. Let's get Mahira on the board and let's drop this one here.
All I have done, I have run in your name.
The Reaper will return.
Let's go give this fish a whack so it can try to hit that, stay above that 5 threshold.
Holy fire, burn away the darkness.
And everyone's just immediately stunned. Solid. So this is a 5 cost, so if we play anything, we're not gonna be able to play our Call to Arms. Tryndamere or Mahira. I think we'll try to go for Tryndamere.
Join me in battle.
Again, I think we'll keep this one back just as the blocker.
How long will they resist while they are not all of our word?
Alright, once again, do this. We can get rid of that one.
Join me in battle.
Let's go ahead and attack. This time we want to get some kills. We're actually going to use this one. We could potentially silence her so that if she goes below her normal health, she would maybe not be damaged. Because he's just going to play that a ton. I kind of wonder if that works. If we drop her below, is she still going to count as being damaged? Because she's bigger than normal. They do have the attack token, so as much as I do want to test it out, let's just go ahead and attack. Alright, so we can use a Hush, or we could drop double blockers. I think we'll go for the double blockers. There we go. Let's see. About Volley 6-star, do Titanic units strike after they get buffed from the 6-star? I think they might strike before, but I'm also not confident on that. Alright, let's go ahead and attack, get some damage down, then we can rally and attack again.
Your training has failed. I help build this empire.
Alright, rally time.
Price and price.
Alright, let's go for a Tryndamere. This will be our 3rd Tryndamere.
Join me in battle. Justify yourself.
Alright, GG. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure about it for Volibear offhand. Yeah, not sure. If anyone else knows offhand, definitely let us know. That was pretty good. And yeah, the echoing still worked out fine. Now we are at 6 stars. So we have the extra mana from the 5-star, and we have extra mana from Starforged. So that's definitely offsetting it. And then we also had the predict to try to make sure we do get our Tryndameres. So pretty much it was a perfect storm to make sure echoing was working. If you are playing probably like a 4-star or less Tryndamere and you're outside of the event, you don't have Starforged gauntlets, I would say be careful about playing echoing. I still think it could potentially break your hand if you just get all Tryndameres and you have to go a couple rounds before you can actually play your Call to Arms. So it's definitely one to be careful of, but it can be very good for just getting a whole bunch of Tryndameres on the board, especially when you have also all this extra mana. Test that for you? All right, thank you. Yep, that was pretty solid. Remind me in 10. I think let's go and grab our Elder Dragon. There he is. Nice. What build do we want to go for? Let's try to go for build without any of the aid relics. I think Beast could be pretty good. Do we want to go for Portal Pals? Actually, you know what? Let's use his relic. It is a paid relic, but we're gonna again try this in a normal adventure, and we're gonna not give ourselves any extra mana outside of our 5-star. So we're not gonna run with Starforged. So we're gonna try to see if, like, outside of the event, outside of a whole bunch of extra mana, how does it actually feel? Do we care about Black Shield? That could be okay to protect our units. We could go for Portal Pals. But again, Portal Pals is great with this relic, but I think I'm going to try to see pretty much how it can do when it's just standing on its own and we're not trying to prop it up with a bunch of other effects. Yeah, I think let's maybe just go for Black Shield and really try to also just count on our units overall. And let's try to see how Great Talons can feel in like a normal adventure. Do we want to go for a Nightmare? Sure, we just did Fiddlesticks. I think let's try to go against Viego and just see how we're feeling. Yeah, Portal Pals, we did try that yesterday, and it does work with Great Talons. So we know that already works out pretty well. Gale Force, when he levels, he should be immune to the bounce. I believe, yes, he is. We're kind of just trying to rely a little bit more on our units and not go for like an Elder Dragon focus build this time. This could be pretty fun. Especially if this triggers from our Great Talons. Sure, it's like further going with our Fury. Sorcery is not bad, but this seems like it'll be fun. Let's go for Spiderling. Feel like you're not that impressed with Tryndamere 6-star. It's not that I'm not impressed with the 6-star, it's I'm less impressed with Tryndamere overall, and I just feel a little bit bad that I feel like he needs his 6-star. His 6-star, though, is a lot of power, so it is good. It's a great 6-star. Let's see. Let's give it to the Wounded White Flame. And I'm fine with having one copy of both of these. Sure, go for a double Blue Sentinel. So yeah, they'll both die. We'll get 2 extra mana next round. Let's go for Stalking Broodmother. We don't really need the heal yet, so Dragon Soul. Beast Within, Dragon Boons. It doesn't necessarily look like it got more stats from the effect of killing them. Although maybe it did. Let's... Well, actually, if they're willing to end, that's fine with us. I suppose let's go for Wounded White Flame. Get our Scout Attack off. Ally and enemy strike each other. This dragon heals 5. Actually, this is going to fully heal. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so it does show us where the Reap Essence, the very bottom there, what we're actually getting from it. Alright, GG. So that did actually help there. Was able to do some okay damage, even though we just dropped like the 1 unit. Protected Brute Father, I think that's fine. Yeah, that'll be pretty good. 2 extra Dragon Souls. Give us a lot of cost reduction. Nautilus, Jarvan. I'm gonna go for Jarvan. Although, with the Power Rift, he will actually be cheaper. Granted, he's gonna always be pretty weak because we're not really gonna be tossing a lot. So we're not really gonna hit deep. So he's never really gonna be that big. So yeah, I think we'll go for Jarvan. That can be pretty good. Alright, champion item, so Bright Steel. Any tips on the Switcheroo adventure? Yeah, so if you're for relics, try to focus on any power specific relics that you have. So like if you have Beast Within, Stack Deck, Black Shield, any of those will still give you the power. So that's great because you're not going to get your champion. So that for relics, anytime or as you're going through the adventure, you're just trying to cut all the good cards from your deck. So if you notice they're able to keep playing some really good cards against you from whatever deck you chose, try to just get rid of those, especially any cheap cards. And then as you're going through and you're seeing any selections, again, try to just pick the worst possible cards for yourself, which is then going to go for the enemy. Because, yeah, you just want to have the most anti-synergistic, like, most expensive cards that are just not going to do anything for them. As far as some specific champions, Caitlyn is pretty good. Kayle was fine, I think, especially if you have Secret Technique. Let's see, what were some other ones that were solid? Kai'Sa was okay, or at least 6-star Kai'Sa did work, so that one was fine. If you search like Switcheroo Path of Champions, I did a bunch of videos covering it, so that should be able to help you. I didn't actually try it with Acel. Never get stream notifications even though I have the bell turned on. Not sure, I think it just doesn't always work for everyone necessarily. Let's get rid of Hubad Conjurer and Cataclysm, but Jarvan and Sharpset can be okay. Yeah, if we had Starforge Gauntlets, we could play like Jarvan turn 1 with that 1 extra mana, but yeah, we're trying not to use that here. Alright, we're gonna let both these die. Let's just gain the extra mana next round then. Alright, Jarvan, we don't need the heal yet, so we'll go for the other Dragon Soul. Alright, so we can go ahead and kill that one. And let's go ahead and kill that one over there. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Providence guide me.
Yeah, I think let's just go ahead and probably end. GG. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think for Elder Dragon, for one, the bonuses in his constellation like to your support champion is way more impactful than Tryndamere. Some of the other ones for your units, like your units are able to get, your scout unit gives you another dragon, so that's massive. And then one of your other units has like the Anivia effect when it hits the board. Those do actually feel pretty decent. Your progressive growth is really nice for all your more expensive units. Yeah, just a lot of the upgrades from Constellations, the ones for Elder Dragon seem more impactful than the ones for Tryndamere. I think we'll get this. Yeah, it's fine. It's not crazy good for us. But like, as you see in here, we're going for a build where we're not necessarily trying to go for like a min-max best possible build, and we haven't even played Elder Dragon yet, and we're still able to do pretty well. Summon a random dragon of my base cost or less. Gigaphage. I think we're actually going to go for the stats here. Let's go for a duelist. Tryndamere feels like an echo of the first days of the game. Kind of a bit. If you're still here, the strike happens before the buff. Okay, that's what I thought. It's not the best. It would obviously be better if the buff happened and then the strike happened, but normally your units are big enough that they're still able to get a kill, so that's why I couldn't remember offhand, because it normally hasn't really been a problem. You're generally still strong enough to kill the target, so it's actually not too terrible. Sure, let's go ahead and play this here. Like, we won't be able to play this turn 1, but 5 of them's not too bad. I think we'll go for Sharp Sight, so we'll get the mana that way. So yeah, we're not having you die, which honestly is not the worst. Let's go for Stalking Broodmother to get some blockers. And yeah, that damage is actually pretty decent. Like, it's not enough on its own to often kill these targets, but I mean, this is a 5-star adventure. It's not terrible. Granted, we don't have the deadly yet. Do we want to go for a single combat? I think let's try to buff up this one a bit. Let's go ahead and go for the Broodfather. I know the Chemtech 1 isn't really going to help us, but we don't need the heal at all. Alright, got attack time. And this will be game. We get another Broodfather. Nice. Yeah, Elder Dragon is actually feeling pretty good. Like, a lot of the buffs they gave him aren't anything, like, they didn't add any complexity to him, but he's feeling very solid. He got a lot of very good buffs. I think we'll go here for Earthshaker, although both these are good. Like, you're just playing bigger units for cheaper. You have extra mana, so you can play them even earlier. The Dragon Souls give you a lot of extra stats and keywords. Overall, Elder Dragon's actually feeling quite good to play. Invoke a Celestial card that costs 3 or less. No. I think this is all fine. Your Nexus is tough. That's a decent upgrade, but I don't think that's really going to matter too much for us. Let's try a reroll. Sure, that can probably be a little bit more helpful. Let's get rid of the Gallant Rider. That won't be bad. Although, I mean, if we cut both of these, we could get to a point where we get the Dragon Worshipper, which isn't bad, but I kind of hate the Gallant Rider. Let's go for Fiora. The Revive is still bugged. Yeah. Volley should be huge with the Vi Relic free attack. Yes, definitely. Let's get rid of Wounded White Flame. I think let's get even the Dragon Worshipper. Like, not having Starforged Oh, did our other guy get buffed? Oh, we really do need to cut that one, I guess. Yeah, so far it's... I'm feeling pretty good.
Reporting in.
This says kill a unit. So we could actually use this to kill Fiora. That's not too bad. Yeah, we can drop our Jarvan. Again, we don't need the heal. We can take no damage.
Protect the faithful.
Sure, let's put that there. Let's do a strafing strike right there, and this should do a nice amount of damage.
So strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
And I think I won't play the other ones necessarily. Well, if they kill this one, it's fine. Fine, so we could drop Elder Dragon, we could drop the Dread Harvester, but I think we can just use this. And it should end the game. GG. Looking at the game and how it's going to be an event every 2 months, if all the events are about this size and the end of the game, end of the year, the game will be a lot bigger. I mean, yeah, especially since, like, sure, we're sort of losing content because a lot of these events are not staying in the game, but it honestly doesn't feel too bad, especially since if they do what they did with this event, where they're bringing in a lot of new items, they're bringing in a lot of new powers, and that's kind of just changing the shakeup of the game as is. It's really not too bad. I found the power that gives you counterfeit copies is really good with Tryndamere. Yes, we already did that one. We did that off yesterday. It's super good. Let's go for the mana deposit. Yeah, really enjoying our Tryndamere. I feel like with Elder Dragon, normally you're often just so focused on him that feels kind of nice trying to go for a build where he's not the most important. Sorcery is good. Dawning Age is solid. Yeah, I think we'll actually go for Dawning Age. And let's go ahead and cut a card. So Battlesmith. To beat Fiora, you have to beat Fiora. I mean, we did pretty much, yeah, play like Fiora there. This is all right. All right, so now we can play turn 1 Jarvan. They keep giving us the option for the heal. This always happens where it's like when you don't need the heal, they constantly are offering it to you.
But the Martian soldier is worth 10 foes.
New recruit reporting
Oh, goodness.
in. Ready for deployment.
Oh, man, this is just gonna end just like this. GG. Yeah, having to overwhelm in the spell shield is actually feeling pretty good. It just further kind of doubles down on the fact that Elder Dragon has a lot of buffs that is just helping all of your units, or just giving you so much like passive value. All right, let's get rid of this one. Go over here for a heal. Sure, and Feeling Strike would actually be pretty good with our Talons, whatever they're called. And let's go up here for Swiftwing. Swiftwing would be one that we might actually be able to like annihilate with the Great Talons. New items and powers every 2 to 3 months sounds amazing. Would I really want them to keep Volley as an adventure? I mean, I think for some adventures that they are going to do that. Like some of them, like the Elder Dragon adventure, the 3-star one is staying. Yeah, hopefully Volley would stay. It's a lot of fun. This is okay. Honestly, just having all of our big cards, I'm fine with that.
Words make a ruler, but actions make history. Forward!
Sure, let's buff him up to get a little bit more damage. So we could probably just play a Cataclysm and end, but I kind of want to get some damage down with some of these cards. Sure, let's drop this with the Iceborne and the Talons. This is just gonna wreck their board. So yeah, it seems like the Great Talons does not count as far as Fury. It doesn't further help scale up your units, which is a little bit sad. Alright, GG. It's supposed that also Nightmare is staying, I think. Nightmare Eddie. I'm not sure, since I think that one's in the event, but it would be nice if it did. Yeah, so far this game is doing great. If they can just keep doing updates like this one, it's going to be fantastic. At least the Talons is better than the Drakehounds? Yeah. Oh my word. This will be very silly. We'll try to cut the Blue Sentinel, because I think that'll give us our Dragon Worshipper round 1. Let's go for Viego.
This world can stop me.
I mean, Talon damage is from the Nexus, not the unit, so it makes sense. Yeah, that is a really very good point. Since the power, yeah, it is coming from the Nexus. I would love at least one of the 3+ modifiers to stay. Yeah, it would be nice. This is okay. Alright, 2-cost Jarvan. Sounds good.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters. Protect the faithful.
Sure, let's attack like this. They might... Actually, they can't play another Viego. Actually, I guess killing him is not necessarily the best, because we wouldn't have a target for this unless they play someone else. GG. In that situation, attacking without summoning wouldn't have summoned like all 3 copies. It actually, yeah, probably would have, because normally it does summon more. It summons as many as you can. So that is, again, a really good point. Not something I normally think about, just because it's a pretty niche effect that normally doesn't happen. But yeah, if we attack there, probably all of them would have been summoned, or at least as many as we had mana for. And potentially when they attacked, if they refilled the mana, it would have triggered the next one. Could have been interesting. But that was really good. That was a fun build for Elder Dragon. Did we play him at all? I think we maybe played him like once, which normally Elder Dragon is kind of the start of the show that you're really waiting to drop him. But some of these effects like Beast Within and Black Shield, great for just further helping and giving you just so much general power, which is what Elder Dragon already has with all of his extra cost reduction. The Dragon Souls are really kicking in to just buff up whatever units we're playing. And honestly, I think the Great Talons is okay. It's not crazy, and even in a build like this where we weren't really focusing on it, it was still nice. I do think there are going to be some situations in certain deadly modifiers where the enemy is just going to have so much stats that it's not going to matter. But outside of those specific adventures, it actually isn't a bad one to throw on, because even if you're not killing them, especially if you're running with Beast Within, by hurting them, you're reducing down the amount that they can block, and so your attack is actually able to do more damage. And there are some enemies where they kind of just swarm the board, like Elise, where being able to have this and just do a lot of that AoE damage can actually be pretty helpful. But overall, Elder Dragon's actually feeling fantastic. We wouldn't have played the boons, though, since they're on play. Yep, that's also true. I can either do Elder Dragon or Eve 6-star right now. Do you have any opinions? If you want my best opinions, I would say try to wait. I'm sitting on 80 Runeterra Nova Shards, And I think in the battle pass, I'm going to be able to get... I think at the very end, there's a Runeterra Star Vessel. Yes, so I'll probably be able to get 6-star Evelyn to see how she feels. I would say it probably comes down to who you like more. I think 5-star Evelyn is strong enough to pretty much clear all the content. The 6-star is just going to give you absolutely massive units. And I think for Elder Dragon, his 6-star is probably giving you, or is probably helping you a little bit more. It's giving you a little bit more of a bump. I think there's difference between 6-star, or not Evelyn, sorry, Elder Dragon. The difference between 6-star Elder Dragon and 5-star is probably bigger than 6-star Evelyn and 5-star Evelyn, is what, like, I'm thinking at the moment. But that being said, I've not played 6-star Evelyn. She's still at 5 stars for me. But probably within the next week or so, I should get that Runeterra Nova Crystal, and I will probably spend it on Evelyn to actually be able to test her out. So yeah, we'll see. But honestly, what I normally recommend is just go for whoever you like. I think both of them will be strong enough to clear all the content. So probably just play both, see who you like better, and then go with that. Talking about Elise, still laughing at the fact that Tryndamere buffs the spiders for her. Yeah, it's not the best. They're quite different. Don't really know who I prefer either, to be honest. How are you finding the new patch Constellation? Where do you think they land in terms of overall and regional power at like 3 stars and higher investments? So overall, I think the patch is solid. I will say normally the second patch of the event is always a little bit more of a lull compared to the first one, just because you're getting less content, or it's not as exciting since you're already doing what you were doing last month. So I'm still really enjoying the event, but yeah, it's not as crazy, not as hype, and there's not as much to do, or at least that's kind of what it feels like. Still a little bit of a lull. As far as the champions, Tryndamere, especially like 3 stars, he does feel like an old 3-star champion, where it's like, it's fine, but not crazy. So if 3-star Tryndamere released when like the game first came out, he probably would have been near the like mid-bottom of like any tier lists. So he's fine, but not at all crazy. And then I think the difference between like 3-star Tryndamere and then Tryndamere like even like 5 stars isn't actually as much of a gain. A lot of the nodes you're getting for him, they're helpful, but they're not as impactful. So like your 4-star, it's a decent defensive, not bad. The extra mana, great, that's always good. Some of the bonus stars like 8 regen, all right, helpful, especially since you can like take those hits. This one, it's like, okay, extra stats is fine. Elixir of Sorcery here, also fine, but not even that big of a deal, because normally in high-end adventures, your unit is still going to die, because this is only 4 health, and that's often not enough. Little bit of cost reduction for followers. Again, like, okay, that's not too bad. Hearthguard has Shadow Totem. This is good, except that this is a play effect. So that is kind of working against you, because you're normally trying to go for summon effects. Also, this one is locked over here, so you either have to get the 5-star or the 6-star before you can get it. So just for Tryndamere, unfortunately, a large amount of his power is locked in the 6-star. So when you summon an ally, double its stats this round. That is really big and impactful. And then when you play Call to Arms Rally, again, very impactful. So like tons of your extra power is locked behind the 6-star. I think without this, he is definitely the worst champion in the region, at least for champions at 5 stars. Like, I would way rather be having a 5-star Ashe or a 5-star Volibear over 5-star Tryndamere. And I would say even at 6 stars, it is going to be a little bit more of a toss-up. Like, the good thing is it gives you a lot more extra power. So if there's an adventure you need to end relatively quickly and you need to kind of front load a lot of your damage, Tryndamere's not bad for that because you can just keep putting the pressure on by attacking multiple times in a round. Although even with that, the spell is so expensive, you generally can't play it round 1. And then if you're playing it round 2, you're not really playing anything else other than that. Yeah, I feel like 6-star Tryndamere, I think I'd rather have either Ashe or Volibear. So at the moment, I'm feeling like he's worst in the region. Because if you take a look at him, he has no draw other than this, and it's a situational draw. It's not always going to happen. Like, it normally can pull out something, but yeah, situational draw, and that's it. You have no removal. Like, you have vulnerable right here, and you have challenger right here. That's your only way to take out enemy targets. And then, as far as any amount of control, you have your frostbite right here, and you have your frostbite from your 4-star. And frostbite's kind of one of the weakest removal targets. So it's just, there's not a lot of options you have with him. You pretty much just have to rely on your units being able to attack and overwhelm the enemy units. But if they have any control, if they have any removal, or if they have bigger units, you're kind of just out of luck. Your scaling comes from your 2-star. When allies attack, grant them 1/1. But baseline, before you get into 6 stars, this is only happening every other round. You don't have any scout attacks, you don't have any free attacks, and I don't even see it that often in adventures. Like, if you ever do see it, it's great, but yeah, it's not actually helping you as much as you would think it would, especially early on. Now, once you get the 6-star and you get that rally, it's a lot better. But you compare him to, like, Ashe, which Ashe obviously has a ton of frostbite, so you have a lot more control. And for your 2nd-star power, you're doing this vulnerable for free every single round. And so that gives you more removal, which isn't too bad. You also have more challenger units with, like, your Rhymefang Wolf, so that gives you pretty good removal. So it's like Ashe is better removal than him and better control than him. And does she also have draw? Actually, I'm not even... let's see. Like, this one has draw, which isn't... Like, it's situational if he has to die, but it's not you have to die and then maybe get draw. And you have draw right here. So yeah, you have better draw, you have better removal, you have better control. All of that better than Tryndamere. If we take a look at Volibear, Volibear has way more removal because every time you summon a Titanic ally, it strikes the weakest enemy. You're doing this constantly, especially at the higher end. So that's just constantly giving you more removal. You have Into My Sights to also help you get more removal. I know we meme on this, and it isn't really the best, but it's still constantly giving you vulnerable every single round. So that's just way better than anything Tryndamere is having as far as trying to consistently get enemy targets off the board. And then, do you actually have draw at all? Kind of forgetting offhand. Yes, you do. You have a little bit. So your Invocation of Thunder, this is just play, draw a card. So that's really good. Strike, draw 1. So that is something you can really play around. When I'm summoned, draw a 5+ power unit. So yeah, Volibear, you have way more draw. You have way more removal. And your control can act as removal. And Flash Freeze can also count, like, you have this for frostbiting, you have this for frostbiting. I just feel like all the other targets, or all the other Freljord, they have so many more options in their kit to handle with different scenarios. Tryndamere is unfortunately very one-note in his approach, and he does have a lot of weaknesses or drawbacks, which is a bit sad. So as far as how Tryndamere is feeling overall. Like he is fun to play. He has a fun gimmick and he feels fairly unique. Like trying to pull out your units from your call to arms, I think that is fun. So I'm not saying he's a bad champion, but as far as his regional rankings, pretty much at every point down the progression path, I think both Ashe and Volibear are better than him. So there is that. If we take a look at Elder Dragon now, so we have Aatrox, Fiddlesticks, Evelynn, and Nico. I think Fiddlesticks is like one of the best in the game. So Fiddlesticks at his 6-star, obviously I'm going to say is better. But after that, Elder Dragon's feeling pretty good. Now, I think Evelynn still is going to be able to edge him out with the amount of control because you can go for your Tempest, whatever, the Yasuo Relic, where every single round she can just stun the entire enemy board. And every time you're doing that, you're also scaling up all of your units. So I think Evelynn is going to be able to beat him out. And since they've upgraded Evelynn, they've kind of fixed some of her biggest issues where you pretty much have guaranteed draw to get her at the start of the game. So it's not like you have your biggest weakness now where you don't draw Evelynn anymore. So I think she's probably a little bit better overall, especially in more situations. Because Elder Dragon, you don't really have that same level of control. But I think Elder Dragon compared to Aatrox and Nico, I think I'm going to give it to Elder Dragon. Your units are bigger and seem to be better than Aatrox. You're also playing your units earlier. And you also just have such a very strong finisher. Like, Aatrox finisher is good as well. But Aatrox just still feels more like a feast or famine champion. Either you are overwhelming the enemy, you're having all your big units, and you just kind of dominate. But if the enemy takes out any of your units, you kind of have a bad day. Yeah, so far I'm liking Elder Dragon. I would say he's probably better than Aatrox or Nico. Probably would give the advantage to Fiddlesticks and Evelynn. So he's probably right in the middle there, but he's feeling great so far. So yeah, overall, that's how I'm feeling about both the champions at the moment. I think we just played Elder Dragon, so let's go and grab our... Oh, that's the wrong one. Go grab our Tryndamere again. I have 2 Runeterra crystals in my bank. I still have 5-star Evelynn with 100 frags. Don't know if I want to drop it on her or find myself not having the champs I want. Yeah, and 5-star Evelynn is still really solid, though. So I think 5-star is probably fine. Wish we could try 6-star before unlocking it. I mean, that's what I try to do with my channel, is try to give you gameplay so you can try to see what they're like. Yeah, that would be nice. The ad is one to go through. I already, snoozed it twice, and now I can't really do it anymore. So we'll hold off and not do anything while that is going on. But stand up, stretch, get a drink. It'll be, at the maximum, it's supposed to be, 3 minutes. So you should have time to be able to do anything if you need to. Yeah, afterwards, we'll probably grab and play Tryndamere. Again, I also need to look at their Twitter and try to make sure I'm not missing anything over there. Yeah, coming today, we have their sneak peek, so we'll have to try to watch that today. So close to my 3rd and last Runeterra shard chest. If I low roll again, which I will, I'll be stuck at 90 shards and 5-star Elder. Rough. All right, for Tryndamere, what are we thinking we want to do for him? Season's Assist is a play effect, so that's not necessarily the best. I do kind of wonder if Hidden Tome would work. for a pretty small support champion. Actually, with the 6-star, Portal Pals wouldn't be terrible. Although, actually, the issue with Crown Guard, he's gonna have so many stats, he's not gonna die, probably. Yeah. I think we might maybe try a little bit more of a passive build. I'm gonna go back and be right back. Yes, Portal Pals does actually work pretty well. We have tried it before with him, and it wasn't too bad. All right, everyone should be back. I think I'm going to try to do kind of a full passive build with Tryndamere, going for like Beast, Stack Deck, and Black Shield. And let's maybe actually go and hop into the... I was thinking Tryndamere versus Volibear, actually. That could be fun. Sure, let's try to do this. Something I wish I could have worked on with Tryndamere is Oath, but it's play not summon. Or they could have changed the wording on call to play the card and not summon. Yeah, it is a little sad that some of those effects don't really work. I don't go for Hold It. Pretty solid defensive. Let's go for Hearthguard. Took Jung. Thank you for the follow. Let's get rid of a couple of these. Oh, goodness. All right, I think let's play Tryndamere, and then we can drop our Call to Arms.
Can't afford to miss. My blade calls.
All right, solid. Let's try to throw the other Tryndamere in there.
In battle.
And GG. All right, not too bad. Yeah, we don't play that for 3 mana. Your Call to Arms is going to be pretty good. Sure, we can go for Fallen Comet. In the Volibear adventure, you kind of want to pick the most expensive card every time. Sivir, Pantheon. That has a lot of stats. Double attack and free attack. That's actually pretty good. We could reroll, but I think this can be fine. We'll probably just... Actually, that's another free attack. All right, it's starting to show up a little bit more. We pretty much always go down here for Reaver. So let's try to go for Stargazer. Thank you. That's very informative and in-depth. Yeah, we went a lot in there talking about how I feel about all the different champions. Let's get rid of these two. Tryndamere is a lot of stats, but this is a free attack. I think let's try to go like this.
What wisdom do you bring from your journey, grandfather?
None
I mean, we do have barrier.
pause to find
but that is a incredibly large unit. Okay, they still didn't want to play anything. Interesting. All right, GG. Not sure why they didn't block there. But yeah, I kind of wanted to be able to like think through a lot of the champions, or think through them in relation to their others, because it's been something that's been on the back of my mind, but not something that I really was able to spend the time to actually look at them all and really compare and contrast. So I enjoyed it as well. Go for Field Rush. Playing this for a 3 cost will be hilarious. Double Shop, interesting. Rally Banner, Shimmering Mirage, always solid. Allies of Overwhelm, we already have that. Sure. More power, more stats is good. Getting more cards, actually, since we have Grifter's deck, isn't too bad. Although it is a little bit of a double-edged sword. Yeah, I think we're fine. Let's go for the other shop, see what we can get here. Yeah, that's fine. We could be trying to stack as many cards as we can, but don't want to go crazy, even though we do have a stack deck. Let's go for Sneaky's Evils. The AI will literally lose the game instead of taking a negative trade. It's insanely funny to me. Let's get rid of the Sorin. So if we use this, we lose out on the play effect. And also growing their stats to 10-10 is going to be a bit of a downgrade. I think that's just, yeah. Keep attacking with Pantheon. Hey, look, they finally figured out how to block. Yeah, it's a little silly. Nautilus and Y'all Hunter mill themselves to death more often than not. I've actually only had that happen to me once, but it was so funny. I've had a feeling every single one of your points was valid, but couldn't really be sure about it. I feel like he has a lot of anti-synergy built in and situational power into his deck and Constellation. I agree Call to Arms should be a play effect. I don't understand why his 6-star is temporary. Eddie's 6-star also seems impactful, but nowhere near Swain or Kaisa level. Eddie feels strong at 3-star even, just a bit slow. All of your input was very helpful and confirmed what I was thinking. I think Elder Dragon also, like, sure, it's not, yeah, Swain or necessarily Kaisa, but it does have a pretty big impact over the entire course of the game. And it is kind of the whole philosophy with Elder Dragon is it's just giving you a lot of constant power that's just constantly helping you out. So like your 3-star, just 2 cost reduction on all of your 6 cost or higher units is massive and gives you a lot of extra mana over the course of the game. And then the Dragon Souls is just giving you a lot of keywords and stats, again, just spread out over a bunch of your units over the entire course of the game. And it is, yeah, pretty helpful. Pack Mentality, Starspring. Again, yeah, these are, I have to think in the context of Volley. This is going to be a 3 cost, so that will be insanely good as a 3 cost. Double stats is ridiculously powerful for the permanent, though. Growing stats was never a downgrade, though, since it should grow at 10-10, then double to 20-20. Like, it is, yeah, it's never a downgrade. I do wonder if the order of operations will work like that, though. That'll be summon as a 10-10 and grow to 20-20. It could be interesting. I just wish for Tryndamere, not so much of his power was in the 6-star. Like, could they have just added in your 3-star that when you play your Call to Arms, you rally? Or even, I wish they actually used the 5-star as more than just mana for some people. Like, I think Tryndamere is actually another champion that if you put one of the 6-star effects in the 5-star, it would make him feel so much better as a champion. Because even though I can get all the champions to 6 stars, because content creator, it's my job to play the game and try to unlock stuff. it sucks for a normal person that they're not going to be able to get all the champions to 6 stars, and Tryndamere is just going to somewhat suck up until the point where you get that power. So spreading it out a little bit and not putting all of it in the 6-star would have been really nice. Putting one of those extra effects like in the 3-star or the 5-star if you didn't want to do it there would have been appreciated in my opinion. If Siphoning Strike can have stopwatch for free, then Call to Arms can have Rally Banner on 3. Would be nice, yeah. Let's go for the champion item. Sure, let's go for the 3/3 because the extra cost doesn't matter. And yeah, the second copy won't really help, especially since the double attack, it'll die. Yeah, let's get rid of the Poro. Let's go for Malphite. Kaisa has a custom 4th or 5th star. Kaisa has a custom 5th star, and she's currently the only one that has a custom 5th star. And I wish they were able to do that more often. So it's like, yeah, I wish they did that a little bit more. What are LOR team's favorite pies going to be? I mean, I feel like apple's always the staple. Let's get rid of these two. Maybe we'll do like a lemon. Actually, they've already kind of did a teaser, so you kind of just guess whatever that pie was. All right, so we do not have our other champion. Could go for Hearthguard. One of them will die, though. Yeah, we can drop Tryndamere. It'll be fine. Sure, we can get rid of that one and just OTK. What time is the video? I have no idea. I don't think they've told us what time it is. Play 2 Dragon Boons, 4 power. I think we'll go for the 4 power since when he's summoned, he's going to get double stats. And so that's actually going to be 8 power, which will be pretty ridiculous. Let's go here. They have their dev snack shop video. Credit cards cost 1 less. Will it even actually work? I think it does. So it'd be a 2 cost, but again, that wouldn't really matter because everything else is a 3 cost, so we still couldn't play anything else. Let's try to reroll, see if we can do something a little bit better. Yeah, still looking for... Sure. Well, first time we damage the Nexus, and the next card you play will cost 3 less. We can play a card for free. That'd actually be really big in this event. Sure, let's do that. Go for another champion item, so Cub. The thing with Tryndamere is I feel like his 6-star feels perfect because it's a really good upgrade in overall power. The problem is that before 6-star, he feels a bit lacking. Yes, that's 100% the case. Like, 6-star Tryndamere is fine. Do I think the other champions in his region are better? Yes, but it's still fine. There's a lot of power in his 6-star. So I'm not saying he's a bad champion at 6-star. It just sucks that so much of the power is locked in the 6-star and it's not spread out a little bit more throughout the rest of the constellation. All right, let's see how much ridiculous amounts of damage this does. Aw, don't be like that. Sad. Rip. So yeah, him attacking again isn't gonna matter, so the rally won't really matter. Sure, let's drop Tryndamere. Now we can play this. Sure, we can do Feel the Rush and GG. Kaisa 6-star is amazing, although I'm still use my 5-star setup with her 6-star, which is Beast, Black Shield, and Victor Relic. I'm still of my idea that Called Arms would have been amazing 6-star effect for Janna. Updraft, summon a unit. I mean, it's good and bad. Like, yes, there's the updraft effect, but for Gianna, you want to be playing cost reduced cards because all of your other star powers are based on playing cost reduced cards. So summoning the card for free is a little bit anti-synergistic for you. Let's go for Pack Mentality. We already have Spell Shields. Let's go for Champion Item. 2 cost and Fleeting. Don't think that really will matter. Let's try a reroll. If we get some more stats, that would be nice. Capture or Shadow Totem. More damage, getting rid of the enemy. I think actually getting rid of an enemy that could block might actually give us more damage. Because, like, I think they get Volibear for free, I think. Double attack is fine. Trifarian, that's a good time. Sure. Epic Shop or Champion Item. I think we'll go with the Champion Item. Yeah, I think we're fine. Like, we could try to stack up more for stack deck, but at this point, it's really not needed. Let's go for Poro Sled. Tryndamere, even more than actual power, he may truly be lacking. I feel like he needs... I think he feels like he needs power. That's the biggest problem. You like power on his units? You think he needs to just be stronger? I'm not 100% sure what you're meaning. Let's get rid of... Honestly, we'll just reroll everything. We just want to get... Yeah, our Pantheon. Let's go ahead and drop him here. Right, we can't block. It's just a little silly. Yeah, Tryndamere, he does have a lot of power. It is just sad, though, how you don't have a lot of options in your deck. Like, the fact that you have only one situational draw card, and that's it, and then your removal is pretty limited, really isn't the best for you. And it is actually... I didn't realize how bad it was compared to the other 2 champions until we actually looked at them side by side. It was like, oh no, the others have like tons of draw, tons of removal. But I try to say that Trid may not be the strongest champ, but there's more than that. It feels lacking power because he's so hit or miss. Yeah, like, there's a lot of issues for him that you need to try to be fixing as you're going through the adventure. Like, the biggest thing is you're trying to get draw, potentially trying to get removal based on what you're going up against. It's... Yeah, he's a bit lacking in some aspects, which is a bit sad. Let's go for Champion Item. We'll keep going for the Radiant Plate Armor, since the cost increase doesn't matter. I mean, we don't really care what kind of card, because it's stacked deck. Let's go for Volibear.
It is my favor that must be earned.
That's fine. So yeah, we have the Volibear. I guess they're stuns, they can't even block anyways.
This star brings death. I wield the storm.
So we could play the stun. We do still have Barrier.
Bleed, we must.
But I mean, even with him blocking, we still can probably just end. Yeah, GG. Yeah, Siren's Call is the Evelyn relic. Or... It's either her relic or the one that makes the husks, yeah. Alright, that was pretty crazy. Very, very nice Pantheon there. And yeah, we did go for a pretty passive build with Tryndamere that's just trying to make our units bigger, have that overwhelm, have that spell shield, and turned out pretty well. Granted, a lot of that was crazy support champion, and then the fact that with the Volibear adventure, with all that extra mana, just being able to play our spell every single round, our call to arms, and still have mana to play another unit is pretty impactful for Tryndamere. So yeah, up against Volibear, pretty awesome. Let's go look at Evelyn. So Siren's Call is her epic relic, and Siren's Call is also the card. So it's actually both of them. That's funny. So I was like, I thought one of them was Siren's Call, but then I thought the other one was that too. Yeah, they're both called Siren's Call. Well, this one is Siren Call, I guess. And this one is Siren's Call. Yeah. Oh, song. Siren's Song. Goodness. Oh, man. Let's go into another Elder Dragon match. I think we'll... I kind of want to try to play with it again. But I mean, we already did it with the Portal Pals. And like, it does work fine. Do we want to go for the Vi Relic? Sure, let's try to do this. We're getting more passive power for our units with the Overwhelm and the subtypes, getting the 1/1. We're getting the extra mana from Starforge, so we can drop a 6-cost unit turn 1 after being reduced. And then Cease and Desist makes our Elder Dragon a bit more impactful when we play him, so that he's able to do a lot of damage. Great Talents isn't good on Warwick because you're not going to have many units that are above a 6-cost. So... not really, no. Also for Warwick, normally you want to play a bunch of small units or a bunch of cards in a single round. So like dropping all of your mana on a 6-cost would kind of suck. So that's, yeah, that kind of kills it. Otherwise, yeah, damage on all units could be pretty good for you. Alright, let's go ahead and try Elder Dragon again. We've already beat this with the 5-star, but let's go ahead and try again, or try this time with the 6-star. And I'll go, yeah, refresh Twitter again just to see. Alright, nothing so far. Sure. Both players get a mana gem. That could be fine. Let's go for Gem Dragon. We know we're going to draw Elder, so we can get rid of him here. Don't really care about the Wounded White Flame. Man, we did not draw any of our good units. That's a little bit sad. Sure, let's drop our other blue Sentinel. And our Dragon Worshiper. So we're pretty much playing all of our like ramp spells in a single time. We are going to damage both of these, which isn't the best, but it is going to give us a bunch of extra mana. And we're at 10 mana. Alright, let's go for Elder Dragon. Alright, let's go ahead and go for... yeah, Stalking Broodmother. And yeah, can pull out itself. I heard people saying about that, and... pretty awesome we can actually see that. Let's go ahead and get our scout attack off right here. Sure, let's get rid of that one. And GG. Didn't know that. Yeah, I'd heard that from people, and glad we actually got to see it. Which build water champ do you plan to use against Elder Dragon? Since I saw you still have reward. I don't actually. That's a little bit of a graphical bug. I already have the 10 rewards for it. So, yeah, already have that done. As far as who I would use, I've heard that I should actually try with Pike, but I've heard that Pike doesn't really work in this event because a lot of your units get cost increased to be above the 3 cost, and for your 1 lurk power, they need to be like 3 cost or less. So that doesn't really work out the best. I probably would go for Misfortune. Let's go for Curious Shellfolk. When you pick a non-champion card from a randomly selected option, create a copy in hand. I don't really care about that, but it's a 6 cost unit that's going to get a bunch of stats, so not bad. Let's go for Support Champion. Alright. No 6 costs. Not great. We could try to go for a cheap unit just for the Dragon Boons. But I'd like a 6 cost if possible. Alright, Ornn. That looks fine. Yeah, we can grab that there. Let's go for the champ item, and let's go for Infernal Drake. It'd be cool if Eddie 6-star made all boons focus speed playable on Summon 2 and increased Dragon Souls to 3 instead of 2. He'd be incredibly busted and fun. I think all of that is a little much. I think they just made boons focus speed though. That would have been nice. Because it sucks when you have the Dragon Boon that's going to protect you, and then they're able to have counterplay. Let's get rid of most of these. Honestly, there's a lot of cards we need to cut. This one is good, but it's going to take up so much of our mana. It's fine. Barrier, tough. We already have barrier, so let's go over here. And yeah, let's buff it up so the scout attack is a little bit more impactful. Alright, pretty good. And yeah, we're already at 10 mana now. So we can just drop our Elder Dragon. I do like with the Vi Relic, you hit 6 impact, so you actually do a lot of damage just based on that. Alright. GG. Yeah, Elder Dragon's very simple, but very fun still. I actually beat Elder with 6-star Pike, and it wasn't particularly hard. Okay, that's... I feel like if you are going into it knowing that the event is somewhat messing with you, it can be fine. It's just if you're surprised by that, then that could really kind of hurt you. Summon Renekton and Nasus, immediately level up to 3. I kind of want to go with this. It just... Like, it is a ton of mana, but we can actually hit that for too long. Yeah, seems like it'll be fun. Let's grab it. We might never play it, but it could be fun. Earthshaker's very good. Yone, that looks pretty good. Sure, let's buy some of these. When you draw a card, granted fleeting. Don't really care about that. 4 power, can't block. Yeah, I think let's just try to go and get as many of them as can. Draw 2 different dragons. Yeah, let's just focus on cards and not powers. Solitary Monk, cutting card, fantastic. So Camavorian Dragon. Yeah, cutting all of our non-6 costs and just buy as many 6 costs as possible will be pretty good. Yep, don't care about that. Sure, we can hold on to these. That looks fun. All right, we'll drop our Ornn because he should get 4 boons, I believe. I mean, both of these are kind of worthless. I guess we should do the other one for just the 3 power. Sure, let's also buff him a little bit more.
Hammer never fails.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and...
Now this is what good looks like. Lots of boiling.
Sure, we can put that one there. It's gonna get revived, but at least it won't be able to lock other people.
You're all in trouble now.
Alright, probably when we drop Elder Dragon, he'll just end the game. GG. Yeah, Elder Dragon, he is just fun. Like, he was already simple and fun before, and they really just did a good job of doubling down. Like, the upgrades you get for his constellation is just so much more impactful than the Tryndamere ones. Like, your support champion getting double boons is so good, because then if you play one that's 6 cost or higher, they get 4 boons on them, which makes them incredibly strong, or souls actually, and then Elder Dragon gets just a massive amount of cost reduction. It's a great time. Anyways, another 6 cost with even more cost reduction. Let's go for it. Let's cut a card. I want to get rid of Ruby-Eyed Conjurer. We actually have so many cards we want to cut. We do still have that one. It's going to be 5/5. This would actually be the one that gets summoned, though, not our Dragon Worshipper. So let's, yeah, cut this one next. Now let's go for Shyvana.
The enemies of Demacia will fall.
Dragon's Clutch. Yeah, this is fine. I do like the Dragon's Clutch just for some extra draw. Especially since we're kind of filling our deck with so many other cards. Yeah, let's go for Earthshaker. Quick attack and impact will be pretty good since this one also doubles their impact when they attack. Gem Dragon. Sure, let's go for this one because then we can also play our Sharp Sight. Yeah, it'll be good to let that one die. And sure, let's buff this one up since when we attack their stats are going to get doubled. And yeah, we can kill that one and eat it ourselves. Sure. Alright, turn to Elder Dragon, and then that will probably be game, although they do have a lot of health still. We could go for a Strafing Strike. But honestly, it kind of doesn't matter. 42-42. Oh my word, we're 51-51. GG. Tozie's Tryndamere, she's hilarious. I played Morgana in this event, and oh my word, she is insane. Morgana one-shots pretty much every single encounter. You go for Echoing, you go for Chemtech Duplicator, and you can go for Hidden Tome. I think every single fight was an OTK. It was hilarious. I think we'll go for Spell Shield, just so that they can't kind of like hit us with a stun or a spell before our soul goes off and gives us the Spell Shield. So sure, just a little bit of extra protection there. Easy Prey, Sorcery, Enfeebling Strike. Let's go for Sorcery. We have a couple good spells. Yeah, that can be solid. Yeah, cutting more cards. That sounds great. So Cloud Drake. But I'm actually, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun just playing Elder Dragon. I think it's because he's so simple. Like, with Tryndamere, quite often, you have to be kind of trying a little bit more to make everything work out for you. But with Elder Dragon, just like, drop big unit, succeed, have fun. It's, yeah, not too bad. All right, let's go for Ornn.
No further pleasantries needed.
Just all the boons.
Jana, I answer.
All right, sure. Let's buff him up a little bit more. Actually, let's strike with this first, so he will level, and then when we attack, he'll be able to do that ram turn 1. That'll be good. That'll be great.
Fighting is my first language. Hammer never fails.
All right, so scout attack, got a big ram that they either block or get hit by. We can drag this one aside, and Ornn is just almost killing them. And then we're at 10 mana. Oh, GG. Yes, Elder Dragon's Last Breath, or the Dragon Soul aspect, is bugged. Also, as you see there, if he levels when he attacks, he, like when you play him, so with the Vi Relic, he doesn't get all the Dragon Souls. So that's also a little bit bugged. Another 6-star, great. What are the two straight up strongest Runeterra champs, you'd say? Fiddle is always, I would say, first. And then I think because of the control, I would give it to Evelyn. But that being said, Elder Dragon is just straight up annihilating a lot of these fights. And he's so much easier to get the most out of. Like, the skill ceiling, and especially skill floor for Elder Dragon is so much lower than it is for Evelyn that probably for the average player, you might actually be able to get more out of 6-star Elder Dragon than you could for Evelyn. So it's... yeah, it's actually a little bit of a toss-up. Okay, so this is 5/5. Should be what we get first. So yeah, I think let's get rid of the Blue Sentinel. That Challenger is pretty nice, though. Yeah, but I think let's try to get rid of this. Let's go for the shop. Another 6 cost, love it. Another 6 cost, love it. Yeah, let's just keep grabbing all these 6 cost units. They're all just so good for us. Kind of don't even... yeah, we don't have mana, don't even care about it. Let's go in here for Black and Ice Dragon. He's looking so broken. Edion Volibear, 5-star, is having his time. 1-man Eddie is so fun. Oh, yeah. I think they were asking specifically for Runeterra champions, and so Swain wouldn't factor in because he's not Runeterra. He's Noxus. Easiest diamond chest ever. Yeah. This looks good. I mean, we could just play Elder Dragon immediately. Because, yeah, this kicked in to give us that extra mana. He is going to get captured. But I kind of don't care. Let's just try to go with them. Yep, so there's a capture. But now our Elder Dragon's a 4 cost, so not too bad. Alright, here we go again.
It will make its will known.
Oh, it has 1 health. Oh my word. Alright, let's drop this one here. That's a lot of damage. Sure, let's drop Ornn.
Wanted the god of the forge, you
Get all those boons going.
fine here. Get on with it. nail for hammer.
Leave me no choice.
Yeah, he doesn't actually kill the Nexus when he attacks. So it's like we could attack. If we wait, we're probably going to get captured, which isn't the best. But I think we'll still go for the scout units. Oh my word, there's so many frostbites. That is a little annoying. We can at least kill that one. I guess Ornn doesn't have barrier anymore, so we could just die. Oh well.
Here comes my molten friend.
So yeah, at least Elder Dragon will level, get a lot of his stats back. Oh. Game was freaking out there. Go ahead, grab that one. So yeah, they'll probably be able to attack, or not attack, block and survive. Oh, not quite. Probably because that impact. GG. Tryndamere is almost done. 100 shards, 20 more to combine, 100 for the Nova Crystal, and he's fully upgraded. Currently run Tryndamere with his own relic, Oath for some more champs, and Nasus relic for champs to hit on summon. Interesting. I mean, I think the champs hitting is a play effect, not a summon effect, so it's a little rough. Sure. Double attack is hard to pass up, even though I feel like this one would be better. We'll still, yeah, actually, we'll go for this one. We can just play it for so cheap, it's pretty good. Sure, some cost reduction, sounds fun. Let's get rid of the Darkened Spear, because we're probably never playing it. And Elder Dragon. Maybe, there we go. And it's 11:55. Maybe after this, they'll drop their snack shop at 12, so we'll be able to watch that. It's summoned with Call to Arms for the Nasus relic. Pretty sure Nasus relic was a play effect. If they got a strike off with Call to Arms, I feel like that's not how it's supposed to work. If it does work that way, that's great though. Let's get rid of this one. I mean, read it. I'm pretty sure it says when you play a champion, they strike. So we can drop Elder Dragon right away. I think let's open with the Gem Dragon to see what they do. I don't want them to play the Shurima one, that one right there, and immediately get rid of his stats. All right, we can... Sure, drop this one. All right, so they're out of mana. Let's drop our Elder Dragon.
Even to their young bloods, we are nothing. The heavens are watching.
All right, so this will level him. And yeah, we might get a nice little OTK. GG. Nasus Relic is a play effect. That's why a lot of people whine that Stalker is still better. There's an odd interaction with Chemtech on Tryndamere and Trifarian. I summoned one extra unit that got obliterated, but the unit still got a Trifarian hit in. Interesting. Yeah, that is strange. opening my last Runeterra chest, it needs to roll 50. Good luck with that. Yeah, that's a little rough. Roll 20, yeah. Toast, I think you should stop streaming right now. That way they will come out in 15 minutes guaranteed. Not sure which third relic will be best. Had to go Black Shield before that. Guess I gotta go back. But that was a lot of fun. Elder Dragon is kind of feeling, well, he's feeling really, really good and kind of feeling better than I thought he would be. Not only is the 4, 5, and 6 star solid, a lot of the bonus upgrades you get in the constellation is excellent. So your support champ getting 2 extra dragon boons on them is very impactful, because then if you play a 6 or plus cost support champ, they get 4 dragon boons or dragon souls on them, which not only buffs them up an insane amount, but then it also gives you tons of cost extra for Elder Dragon. And then your progressive growth on a lot of your units is really good. And just overall, a lot of the bonus nodes for Elder Dragon really strong and make him feel a lot better. So yeah, he's very solid now. Alrighty. Oh yeah, we have 2 minutes. Hopefully they drop their snack shop video. So we won't get into another adventure at the moment. All right, I think I'm also going to try to drop a ad break right now while we wait. That way, if they do actually release their video, we don't have to worry about ads coming in and trying to interrupt us, at least from Twitch. Who knows if there'd be any YouTube ones. So I think I'll drop a quick ad break here. If you need to stand up, stretch, go to the bathroom, anything like that, go ahead and do that right now. We're just holding off while we wait for maybe their video to come through. Hey, Torcat. Back home in Georgia. Nice. Glad you made it back safely. Hope you had fun in Portugal. At least I think you were in Portugal, if I remember correctly. I suppose I should also pull up their YouTube video, or their YouTube site, that is. Had fun? Nice. All right, we got their YouTube pulled up, and we are refreshing their Twitter page. So we'll see if they drop it. It just hit 12. Can everyone give me some tips for the Switcheroo Weekly? Every time I get destroyed against Poppy, her deck feels really weak to me. I'll wait until the ad break is over, but then yes, I'll give you some. Just don't want to list off a whole bunch of stuff if you are in an ad currently. All right, there we go. So everyone should be back from the ad break. I don't see that they've dropped the video yet. So I'll answer your question about the Switcheroo weekly. For one, as far as relics, going for the power relics is great, since that's still going to be able to benefit and affect you. So any that you have, you can go for. So Beast Within, Stack Deck, Black Shield, any of those can be really good. Starforge Gauntlets, depending on who you're running. That's pretty much what you want to try to go for relics. If you don't have epic relics, just go for reroll relics, because those will still be able to benefit you. Since you can't play with your champion, you just want to go for a full passive build, kind of regardless of who you're playing. Now, as you're going through the adventure, you want to be going for, like, when you're picking up cards, you want to be choosing cards that are just going to be the absolute worst, since whatever cards you get go to the enemy. So you're intentionally trying to make the worst possible choices. If you see all good cards, you might want to reroll to try to actually get a bad card. And then as you're going through, you're also trying to cut all the good cards from your deck. And especially a lot of the cheap cards, if you notice the enemies keep playing a card that's really bothering you because it's one of your own cards, just cut it, get rid of it. And yeah, trying to fill the deck with as many kind of worthless cards as possible can be really good. As far as some champions that you can go with, I have a lot of fun with Caitlyn. A lot of her powers still work pretty well. Especially if you're at 6 stars, the Ace in the Hole is quite good, but even without that, she is solid. And you can try to actually you can try to draft for a whole bunch of draw cards, so that the enemy will end up drawing more, pulling out more flash bombs, and actually end up killing themselves. So that's one that can be really, really good. I heard a lot of good things from, I think some people said that like Acel worked out pretty well for them, because you're just doubling all your units when you play them. And I think Kale's another one can be solid. But yeah, really you're just wanting to try to go for all power relics, and as you're going through the run, try to be sabotaging your own hand as much as possible, since that's actually helping you, since the enemy is going to get your whole deck. I honestly feel like you don't need much power if you sabotage enough. Done it with Jinx, don't really read the sabotage part, and got caught off guard, still won. Jinx would be one that's pretty good, because yeah, every time you play a card, you are just damaging the enemy unit and Nexus. Watto, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing all right. Never use Swain. His deck is insanely powerful. Yeah, some champions, like I tried with Warwick, because I thought he's a lot of good passive upgrades. He also has a lot of regens. Like, oh, it'd be fine, but Warwick's deck is actually pretty good. Another thing you can actually do is you can try to go through with a lower level champion, because then you'll have a pretty crappy deck, and you can still potentially try to do okay. Wonder how Thresh would do. His deck kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm not sure. Now this week it is a little bit different, since you also have to deal with the forced workout, so you have to be careful you're not letting the enemy get too many strikes off. So I think trying to maybe go for like an Ashe or a Yasuo that still has some amount of passive control could actually be pretty good. Yeah, damage chipping was nice. Not that all that helpful. Was kind of close when he played Jinx and had his hand full of pow pows. Yeah, if you're going for Jinx, you probably don't want to give her the best build and just absolutely annihilate yourself. That would be, yeah, a little silly. Toast, are you only doing Tri-Fairy and Eddie today? And are you only playing the event today? I mean, so far we've only played Tryndamere and Eddie, but we've played several outside of the event, because we're trying to make sure we our frame of reference isn't skewed just by having all the extra mana and all the extra stats and things like that. So we've been doing a bit of both. Is Eddie Revive Soul still bugged? Yes, it seems to be. I love 6-star Eddie, though I still need to test him against Dragon Sire. That was somewhat of a funny typo. Alright, a little bit sad that, yeah, they haven't dropped their video yet. Although, to be honest, I'm a little bit worried that it's still going to be, like, potentially 3 hours before they drop their snack shop. Yeah, it's a little hard to say. Tried with level 4 Eve, but all the shadows counted for the 1/1. Is there someone who would want to try for this one? Oh, also, if you have 6-star Kaisa, it does work for the Switcheroo, which is a little surprising, but yeah, it does actually work. Lemon Nation used the challenge of playing the 4.5 with Yasuo, Tempest Blade, Crown Guard, Troll Kings. You gotta try it? Not necessarily, at least not right now. Ash is fun with all the extra stats from the doubling power. I was somewhat thinking of just going for Caitlyn again, just because it was so much fun last time. I think we did go for Fiddlesticks as well, and that was one that was a little bit more meh, not the best. And Bessa could be interesting, because you do have so many... Like, her scaling for all your units could be really good. And Bessa does have a good starting deck, though. So I feel like she would be an interesting one where there are some good units you'd be going up against. I feel like this could actually be fun. Let's go for Beast. And yeah, I think we'll try Stack Deck. I think people said that it works where you can fill your deck with a bunch of cards and you'll still get all the stats from it. And, oh, it's right there. I think let's try to go for Black Shield. Let's maybe try this. And, yeah, go for the Switcheroo. Who did I use? Oh, yeah, I already used Caitlyn for it before when I was clearing it. Recently built Jace, though I didn't like him before. I've come to appreciate him a lot. Nice. Alright, Power. Mana Flow, Mountain Peak. I think we'll go for Mana Flow. Just extra mana will be good. Let's go for Herald. I'm currently in a toss-up between him and Warwick for further investment. I mean, both are good. I think I prefer Warwick, but yeah, both are solid. This is kind of fine with Ambessa. We don't mind having multiple copies of the same unit. Oh, I was going to go for Conscription, but the Flower Child could actually be excellent here. Because we can just keep playing. Huh. The Spirit Stone ran out. The second copy didn't get the... Huh. Okay. That's not what I was thinking was going to happen. Well then. Sure. Let's drop this one right here. Alright, this is going to be a little silly. Yeah, and Bessa can be pretty solid. More bugs? Yeah. I mean, granted, I'm not surprised that there's going to be some bugs when you're playing with the enemy deck, and there's like, okay, this wasn't intended. Right. Bad cards. We have to pick up bad cards. So he's expensive. So that's not too bad. Yeah, I think let's go for that. Support champion. Bad cards. We want bad cards. Shyvana actually looks pretty good there. Yeah, let's try to do a reroll. I want things that are worse. Anivia could be pretty bad. She'd probably be fairly hard to play. Sejuani's also a 6 cost. I think we'll try to go for Anivia. I think that'll be worse. Champion item, spells, item. I think I want the other power, so let's go down here. So let's go for Marauder. Marauder's also, we should be trying to look like who has a good card for us or good deck for us. Marauder's going to be fantastic. Let's get rid of most of these, I think. I guess their copy had it, but then it made a new copy in your deck, which doesn't have the item. I mean, maybe. Yeah, let's just use Conscription. The fact that we get Marauder turn 1, that's actually incredible. Alright, so they're out of... I don't think they can do anything. Alright, that is pretty great. Let's go ahead and drop this again. And then we can just open attack and GG. Excellent. Mbessa is a fun champion. My Victor and Jinx are 6-star. Warwick only missing his mana increase star. Got the 6-star power from him as well. Nice. Alright, bad cards. Again, Soul Cleave actually would be really, really good for Mbessa. But Wings of the Cryo Phoenix, they'll have a hard time playing this. We're just really giving them a bunch of Anivia cards, which is kind of funny. Bad cards. I think we'll go here. We could just leave this, but since we have stacked deck, we kind of want them to get extra cards. And this also makes this even harder for them to play. So it's kind of good. The shop honestly wouldn't be bad to try to just grab a whole bunch of random crap. And we could get a power. We have 1,000 gold. Yeah, I guess we'll go for the shops. Let's go for Squeaker. All right, let's see. This looks fine, I suppose. Well, I think let's drop this here. Okay, that's fine. Fine. So scaling up enough to kill that, and there goes about half their health.
We march as one, an unstoppable
All right, now we'll use a conscription to get that barrier, and GG. I got by 5 stars because I randomly rolled tons of shards for her. Still, even 5 stars, I hate her. Oh, that's sad. Bad cards. All right, let's go for Hearthguard. They're gonna have a hard time playing it. And let's go for the shop. That can be okay. That can be nice. They'll have a hard time playing this. So yeah, let's grab that. Hopefully they have a hard time playing this as well. Sure, it's not great. I don't really want to give them a Frostbite. So let's do a reroll here. Icequake, hopefully they can never play this. Scar Maiden, again, fairly expensive. By that point in the game, we'll hopefully will have won. Yeah, I think we're fine. I don't want to get these cheap cards for them. Is there a really good card we want to cut? I mean, some of these are okay. Like, cutting Rictus wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I think that's cut Rictus. I don't want them to have a free attack and stun one of our units. Let's go for Poppy.
Huh? You want me? Well, okay.
Yeah, Rictus was a little bit too good to leave. This is okay. Double Protoporo is solid. Oh, we could also go for double Yordlesmith. Sure. Goodness game. Alright, so we got plenty of stats. Kill their units, and there goes half their health. Perfect. Alright, we'll drop a inscription here. Let's just put that back in their deck. And GG. Let's go for Anivia and strike draw 1, because they probably will never get her on the board. Creative cards cost 1 less. Memory game, best defense. I think we'll go here. That is going to make our spell that we're playing every round a little bit cheaper, which is good. Let's see. Monastery, item chest. Monastery, I think, lets us heal or cut a card. We don't really care about that. Item chest, we don't really want to give them something good. Who would we rather go? I think they have free attacks, so I think let's go here and then decide where we want. So yeah, Woolly Snailmoth. Or Snailmyth. Swain is my number 1 so far, but then again, I'm one of his ravens. Yeah, Swain's a good time. Overall, this looks pretty good. Yeah, free attacks. Yeah, looks good. So we could go for a free attack right there. I think we'll play Snapjaw Swarm and then a Conscription. Although we could just conscript this unit, actually. Yeah, let's conscript this giant one that we already have. I love that we have Spell Shield. I'm a little bit worried about them stunning us again. We'll be a little greedy. Oh, 1 away from ending. Okay, so they did have another stun. Oh, well, it wouldn't really made a difference. Alright, so don't have quite enough to play that. Let's go for the Rune Reckoner. Sure. And GG. Oh, this is great. Especially because once we get a strike off with our units, they double their stats. So pretty much the next time they attack, it's guaranteed to trigger our 6-star, killing whatever unit's on the board. Bad card. Wings of Kara Phoenix, garbage, love it. Shop right there. I think let's go for the champion item. Let's go for Anivia. Sure, she can have an extra 1/1 as far as stats. That's fine. Winter's Breath, a little expensive, but doesn't look too bad. Ooh, when you slow but steady, this is actually going to be really good. It's going to take most of our gold, but doubling the spell we're playing every round is very, very good. Shop, champion item. We'll go for the Unyielding Spirit. They shouldn't really have the mana to play this. Soul Cleave. It's good, but it's also the cheapest thing here. I think let's try a reroll, maybe get whatever. 5 costs. They're not going to get this reputation effect off. Yeah, let's buy this right here. As we're both diluting the deck, but also increasing the potential stats we're getting. Yeah, not enough to buy anything. So we have 54 cards. Some Hexcore Foundry. Warden. I feel like Warden will be better. But another champion item could be good. So I think let's try to go for Hexcore. Yeah, so far I'm really enjoying Ambessa in this mode. Too expensive, too expensive, potentially too expensive. Okay, we know we're summoning that one. Let's, yeah, immediately drop a conscription here. And let's go for another clump of wumps. So we can drop all of these. She'll immediately die, and they'll probably block and survive, but we have enough damage to end. That was pretty good. Alright, we'll just go for conscription, get 2 other big units. GG. Oh, great. I actually really like Switcheroo. Like, I know people were complaining about it, especially on Reddit, but again, Reddit just likes to complain. And like, as soon as I'm playing, it's like, oh, this is actually a lot of fun. This is a good time. Sure, we'll buff this one up, I guess, a bit more. It is one they can actually play, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Sure, we can go for regen. They'll hopefully never play her. I don't think, like, we could get rid of the stun. Sure, let's get rid of the stun just in case they get like 2 of them in an opening hand. Let's go for Tom Kench.
It is my mouth into which all travels in.
Dev, snack shop in an hour or 2, I think. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be sometime today. It'll probably be in the next couple hours. Let's get rid of the wish and even the health potion. We just want to get... Goodness, this game keeps freaking out. This can't work on... Yeah, it can't work on Tom Kench. I think let's drop the Crusty Codger and then play this right here. Alright, not bad. Let's just swallow and get rid of her.
I'm sure there's something for my tastes.
I think we'll open with this. And sure, let's just drop a wish here. And we can capture him as well. Alright, GG. And Bessa is pretty good here. Just check YouTube. It's set to premiere at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, interesting. When I looked at their YouTube, I didn't see it. Oh, yep, now I see it. There's 14 people waiting, so we still have like over an hour and a half. Oof. What Targon champ can I use to defeat the Dragon Sire? I've already used Morgana and Asol. Yeah, both those are pretty good. I'll look at that in a moment. All right, that was a lot of fun. I really like the Switcheroo event. Completely changing how you're playing and trying to like make your deck as terrible as possible. I think it is a lot of fun, and yeah, Bessa is quite good with it. This was great. Yeah, Kale is, that's right. Kale is very good for Dragon Sire. Especially you can run Chemtech Duplicator with her. You can run Secret Technique. And yeah, she is very good for Elder Dragon. Yeah, Kale is definitely one to go for. All right, I think that's where we'll call it for today. Don't really want to stream another hour and a half for the snack shop because that would be like a 4 hour stream. I might do a video breaking it down potentially, so we'll see about that. But thanks for hanging out with me. We'll be back here streaming on Monday, and there'll be plenty of content up on the YouTube channels. So yeah, hope you all have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. See ya.